Why do we feel it's necessary to yak about bullshit in order to be comfortable?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's another episode of Late Night with the Gringo, episode 58, if my count is correct, if I did my math correct. But and some of you are probably wondering, it's not that late. Well, down here, we don't do the time change, and up there, you guys do the time change. So I figured we'll start a little earlier today to sort of accommodate you and accommodate us. We'll see what happens. So I know it's, a good 2 hours on the East Coast. So over there, it's around 7 o'clock here. It's only about 5. But welcome back to you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm busy today. Today. I didn't wake up the earliest, but I've got a lot done actually.
Awesome.
Working on that video over there, and which is still sharing. Jesus. But other than that, I'm doing good.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Well, we've got lots to talk about today. We got a lot of pop culture news, and then we got some immigration and political news we're going to get into a little bit later. But first, we wanted to start out with something fun, because every now and again down here, we get on stream and listen, I'm an American, and my taste buds are about as bland as it can be. And so sometimes there are different snacks and things like that I like to try, and we try them on screen and everything like that. And I think we just froze. Oh, we're back. And then so we decided to go to the grocery store, and we found that Mexico really likes Japanese snacks. And I never really had Japanese versions of American food. And we found a couple. So we're going to try a couple, and we're going to see exactly how good these things are. And while it'll be right before we do that, and actually I'll let you explain what we have here. I'll give you these things. You can explain to the camera everything that we have, because I'm going to fix your camera, because in the next part where we share,
Why am I upside down?
you're upside down.
Why you do this to me, Gr1ngo?
I'm not sure. I didn't mean to do it.
You did this.
It's not my fault.
It's your fault. Anyways, well, we'll start off. We've got some Japanese Coke. I don't know what's so different about it. Maybe they put the Coke back in it. Would explain why they make the crazy things they do. It would go a long way. But this is for you, Gr1ngo. I have mine in the fridge. All right. And they also have this Fanta grape flavored, which I don't ever see anywhere else. I mean, it's possible that it exists in maybe
United
Europe,
States.
or well, not the United States.
Well,
definitely not in the U.S. I've never seen Fanta grape in the U.S. Have you?
when I was a kid, yeah, it was a big deal when I was a kid.
Oh, well.
And by the way, we're not advertising for these people. We're just, it should be
Yeah,
just
they're
having
cool
fun.
snacks. Yeah, they're fun. So that's for you.
Ooh, more grape soda.
And I got myself a Fanta, I'm not sure if it's also grape. I think it's uva verde, which is
Green
grapes. I think it'll taste better. I don't know, something about it being green. It's like green apples, you know what I mean?
All right. Now, besides drinks, we got a couple. Now, if you know me, one of my favorite things to eat are cookies. I'm kind of a cookie monster. I love Oreos. And apparently, the Japanese have a lot of different flavor Oreos, and I'm not sure. I've never seen these again. Never been here in Mexico. Never seen them in the United States. But go ahead. What do we got first? Well, let's do the green one first, because that's going to be the nasty one, I think.
No, we'll do I want to save the green to show last, because I think that's the most Japanese.
Okay. Go
That's
ahead.
my opinion. Unless you want,
No.
your show.
No, go ahead.
Well, first we got the berry filling flavored.
Ooh.
It's, I think, raspberry and blueberry. Split 50-50. This doesn't look appealing. I don't really know why you want that.
Remember when we did the Coke flavored Oreos?
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
Those were terrible.
Okay, at first they tasted okay. Then it was the aftertaste. The aftertaste was horrible. Then it messed up your stomach. Ew.
Oh yeah, they made me feel so sick.
I'll hand that over to you. But this one I wanted to say for last, because this is very Japanese as a flavor. This is, I'm pretty sure, wasabi, if I'm not mistaken.
Matcha?
Matcha, wasabi. Matcha,
I think it's got to be. It won't be wasabi.
It's either matcha or wasabi. It's one of the two.
I don't read Japanese though.
I think you're right. I think it's matcha because of the little cup.
If it was wasabi, there's no way I'm doing that, because
I mean, it could be wasabi.
I need heartburn medication when I drink milk, so wasabi would just This would be the last episode of Late Night with the Gringo.
It's matcha. I can read Spanish. I forgot. I can do that. I can read the Spanish language.
That comes in handy, doesn't it?
It comes in handy.
All right.
So we got matcha, not wasabi.
We have to be strategic about this, okay? So we're going to try a cookie. We're going to have a drink ready. I will share my Coke with you because I know how much you love Coca-Cola.
I got my Coca there.
But you can have that for dinner. But you and I can share this, and fathers share with their sons. most of the time with most everything.
Sometimes.
So, all right. You go ahead and open that.
As you were holding that as if you can figure out how to twist the cap.
I don't know
You're
how
looking
much
at
I've
this-
shaken it.
Oh, well, hold on. It's a can, so you can just use some
All right.
cylindrical.
Wait, did you say the green one first?
I thought I just wanted to show the green one last. Isn't like
Okay.
people. You choose the order. Let's try this.
Okay, we're gonna do. All right, we'll do the berry first. Maybe that'll be a little bit better with the. I don't know.
You want me to try this first, or you want to try it first? It's yours. You try it first. You have the honors.
Okay, well, because down here in Mexico they have Mexican Coke, which means real sugar, cane sugar, so they don't have all the crap in it.
Well, it's also an older recipe.
Yeah, the Coke down here actually tastes way better. It's actually more natural, so
Yeah, it's the best.
it smells weird. Actually, it doesn't smell like.
It says original taste. You've maybe become accustomed to Mexican Coke, though.
Ooh, that's got some fake sugar in it. Ooh, oh, it's got a weird aftertaste.
Really?
Oh.
No, that's not bad.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, wait, like these little.
Oh, the aftertaste. I kind of know what you're saying. I
think it's the metal.
No, it's the
Look, you got little individual packages.
That's the bubbles. It's the bubbles.
Oh.
They carbonate it differently, I think.
Ooh.
So the bubbles.
What do
have
they carbonate it with?
No.
Toilet water?
It's like the process. I think is different. I could be wrong.
Okay, well, you close that. We'll use that to wash this down.
Where should I put this? I need to-
Well, you know what? Just, grab a... I'm really big on coasters. I don't know.
Boy, this doesn't look good. This looks concerning.
All right.
The packaging is.
I don't want to rip the thing open like a crazy wild man here on stream.
Are you trying wasabi?
No, we're gonna do the berries. We're gonna do the berries.
Okay.
We'll do the berries. We're gonna do this together. Do this together, all right?
The packaging looks cute. I
Oh,
like the
it
packaging.
doesn't. It smells like a Starburst shoved into an Oreo
Oh
cookie.
wow, that smell is immediately hitting me. I just opened this and it hit me.
Man, if there's anybody out there who's Japanese, God bless you. This is
Have you seen the flavors for their Kit Kat? They love
Yeah,
Kit Kat.
I have.
Do you know?
have.
Fun fact: you know why they're obsessed with Kit Kat?
why.
Because it sounds very similar to a word in Japanese. I think it means like luck. I think it's good luck. It sounds very similar. Or
Kit Kat to us for eating these things. That's what I get to say. All right, you ready? All right, let's
Ready. No.
It's not terrible.
No, it's not bad. That's way better than the Coke.
Oh, it's way better than Coca-Cola.
Oh, way better than Coca-Cola. I want to kind of show the filling.
It really
but-
smells like it smells like bubble gum. It's like what? It's got to be
It's raspberry and blueberry.
raspberry and blueberry flavored Oreos.
It's split 50-50.
I got to go with the raspberry. Tastes a lot better than the blueberry, even though I love blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just do a blueberry chunk there. Not bad. I mean, I'm not sure I'd go looking for it.
No. It's like a nice little... Like, if I got one for, like, Halloween,
Ooh.
I mean, it's not like I'm not going to eat it.
I mean, it takes a little bit of effort.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to work at it.
How many do you have? 2 or...
I just had one. I put it in half. I'm gonna wash it down with some carbonated toilet Coke.
This is how the filling looks like, people, in case you didn't see the divide. In case you're confused why we're talking about 2 different berry flavors.
Oh, that's
I actually
not
don't
real.
mind. The Coke is good.
Ooh.
I think the
Maybe
difference-
you can have the rest of that.
I'm trying to see, what does it have?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what? We'll give these to your mother. She likes to eat weird things.
It does. This is made in Japan, so this is...
Oh no, it's made in Japan. Oh yeah, it's got Japanese writing all over the freaking thing.
Yeah, but this is... it's made a little differently, but it's actually not using... it uses a caramel base, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm using something.
I think it says. So it uses some sort of caramel in here. Caramelization. So I think maybe they caramelize the sugar.
Oh, by the
before
way,
they process it.
by the way, when you're in Mexico and you go shopping for groceries, they want to make sure that you know that you have excessive calories, sugars, and sodiums. So you get these things slapped all over. It's like a warning label for everything. It's like you should see what they do for cigarettes. Anyways. All right, you can have the rest of that Coke. Okay. What's up?
Show the packages again.
I can show this package again. Sure. There we go. That's the, someone's asking to see the package. This is the raspberry flavored, blueberry flavored Oreo. And then this is the matcha. I'm going to go with its matcha Oreos. Listen, I used to run a cafe for Borders Bookstore, and I used to help run the Starbucks every now and again in my Target. And I know people love matcha in their drinks and stuff like that. They don't. I know I was never into it. I never really even tasted it. I don't know.
They don't use syrup. Japanese doesn't use syrup, but it uses a different couple different sugars and sweeteners. Well, not sweeteners, but
just with matcha, I always think green drink. When I see it, I think of the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's back in the day. Anyways, all right, you done with these? I can put these away. Here, let me put these away.
This is the matcha.
We'll give these to your mother. She'll eat
I'm
these.
sure my brother would love these, actually.
Yeah, but he's 1,300 miles away. He's not going to want it. Yeah, once again, the matcha. All right, you know what? Before I open these, you know what? This is the Fanta grape, and I know it from my childhood, but...
Are we not doing the matcha first? We're doing Fantas?
Well, we'll do this one first, right here. Not your Fanta. You save your Fanta.
Let me show the Fanta to the camera. I got a better camera here.
Oh, yeah, hold on one second. Let me put the cap back on so you don't pour soda all over your iPad. There you go.
Here you go. Fanta grape.
With its warning label. Prominently
warning
displayed.
label. Yeah, they really kind of threw that on there. As you can see, it's pretty cool looking to me.
Yeah. And I love how the matcha says, it's cool. Cool. I guess it's got a cooling flavor? I don't know. All right, here. You know what? I tried the Coke first. You try this grape first.
All right.
You be the guinea pig. Something grows out of you.
You know, actually, I don't like grape flavored sodas.
I know. That's why I gave it to you.
All right.
I am your dad. I know lots about you.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
Yeah?
No.
Does it taste like cough syrup? You know, a little NyQuil action going on?
You know, I can see that in a way. A little maybe at the beginning.
Oh, that's way better than the Coca-Cola.
No. I like the Coca way more, actually.
Oh, it even smells like grape candy. Nice. I like the bottles. All right. You got your Coke ready for whatever. Okay, let's open these things. Oh, here we go. You ready?
The matcha?
Yeah. What do we got? We got chat. We got chat going on.
I got chat on just in case.
Oh, I thought you were reading something. Oh, okay.
No, I was reading.
Dude,
feel the pack. Wait, feel this pack.
These are airtight.
These are airtight. They are tight.
But
they got air stuck in these. It's like a pillow. I don't even know how I'm gonna open this because they made it so tight.
This is okay. That's a distinct strong flavor. That's a cafe.
Wow, that is.
Well, these things are solidly
as could be,
with each other. Well, it's not so much green as in dark green. It's like I don't know.
Like a light kind of minty looking green.
No, it's not even minty looking. It's not light. It's
it's like kind of brownish.
Yeah, it's brownish green. It's sort of like, like our dog Caesar had a problem outside. It's just.
Oh, if he ever had a problem that was this color, I'd be more concerned about what we're feeding.
No, dude, he has, dude. We had to bring him to the vet. That's a different story. No, anyways. This is because he ate a chew toy that was green rubber.
He ate rubber?
Yeah. He had this chew toy made out of rubber, and he decided to eat it.
All right.
Chewed it up and ate it. Dude, it was the colors of the rainbow that day. Anyways, that's disgusting. All right, are we ready to try this thing?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, I know. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
No. I see where they were going. I think they got the matcha right. The flavor for matcha is pretty accurate.
I don't know what bamboo tastes like, but I gotta imagine. For some reason in my head it said bamboo. Just the word bamboo. It's better than the berry. It's better than the Coke. I don't know if it's better than the berry.
No, the Coke is really good. You like the fruit syrup. You have a problem, Gringo.
Actually, this one isn't bad. I could eat these. Oh, and it does have a cooling effect. It has a little bit of a cooling effect.
Yeah, it is kind of cooling.
You know what? Let's just try licking the frosting. Yeah. Yeah, hey, it's opening up my sinuses. All right, 2 in 1. You get a snack and you get to breathe right. If you have allergies.
That actually helps me a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to save these before I record things.
Oh, nice. All right, we'll save
Actually, the flavor's not bad. Actually, they got the matcha right, and I thought it'd be worse. At first, the kind of initial taste was like, oh, not what I fully expected. But then as you kind of eat into it more, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't actually hate this. This is actually pretty good. Good job.
Yeah,
man.
I don't hate it.
No. Yeah.
It does. I can feel it in the back of my throat. It's like this nice minty. It's like you had a cough drop.
But it doesn't taste like a cough drop.
It's like you had a Vicks cough drop. Okay. Well, I'm going to have some of this. You going to open up that other soda of yours? Or?
Yep. Real quickly, this is the green grape. Yeah, because they thought, purple grape was too boring. And I agree. So we're going to pop this. So you can hear the fizz. All right, this one I'm going to actually taste first.
It's all you.
It's actually smell that. Actually, it smells like green grapes.
Oh, yeah. I don't like the smell of green grapes.
You don't like the smell of green grapes?
I don't like grapes.
You don't like grapes?
You're
Italian. What's wrong with you?
I drink wine sometimes.
That doesn't matter. You get out of here. Yeah, no.
Dude, I don't like grapes. They're like tomatoes. I like the taste of tomatoes. I don't like the actual eating of tomatoes. They don't feel like they've been completed inside. They feel like they're undone. They're too squishy and watery. Oh,
Gringo, you have a problem.
It's a texture thing. All right, try that thing.
I actually really like that.
All right, good.
It does taste like green grape. It's carbonated. It actually tastes really good. But you don't like green grape, so you might hate that.
No.
You don't like it because of the grape flavor.
No. Well, that's what it is. It's grape soda.
No, but my point is, if you know what green grapes taste like, it tastes like green grape as a soda, right? You have to admit that.
Oh, God. I think it gave me a headache.
Gringo, am I wrong or?
No, you're right, but I just...
Right. You just don't like the flavor, that's fair.
Oh.
I like that a lot, actually.
Oh.
I might have to save this for...
Oh, let me have some of this. Look, so I'm mixing so much crap in my stomach right now. You're going to see the Gringo vomit on stream live tonight.
I might have to save this for somebody to try.
Your mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, she's probably in there going, please save me everything, because...
Yeah.
My wife is the most adventurous eater I've ever... She's like, we're going to have tripa. I'm like, what's tripa? She's like, intestines for tacos. I'm like, no.
What do you mean? Tripas? Tripes?
Tripes. I know you do. You
those things are awesome.
Okay, well, thank God I got some water here to wash all that down. Oof, that was rough. All right. Well, cool. Like I said, every now and again we like to bring that to you and stuff we find that's weird or...
Okay, so let me explain to you why this tastes different. So it uses mostly cane sugar. This.
Okay.
But you know what else it uses a little bit of?
What?
It does use a little bit of high corn fructose syrup.
Oh.
A little bit.
Oh.
Not like the US, where it's like only. So it's actually like if you took Mexican Coke and American Coke, would be the child. That's why it's a little darker. Apparently, if you pour it out in a glass, it looks a little darker.
Huh.
So it's made a little differently.
All right, well.
But it's actually very popular. I actually like the Japanese Coke quite a bit. I like Mexican Coke more. I think we do it better. Sorry.
Yeah,
but you know what? I think that might be my second favorite Coke.
We do it better.
That is my second favorite.
Yeah.
If you had to pick, which ones were your favorite?
The grape soda.
Your grape or my grape?
My grape.
Your grape's not bad, actually.
My grape soda was actually, I could drink that for like a beverage every now and again. I'm not supposed to. Sorry, honey. I know. She's probably, your mother's probably in the other room going,
oh, she's probably losing.
your diet, your kidneys, your heart. And then the berry flavored, or actually no, you know what? The matcha flavored Oreos. I'm gonna give the matcha flavored Oreos my second place here. Those are the two things I liked and I would prefer to eat.
And you're 3 and 4?
There's no 3 and 4. I would never buy anything else there that we just tried ever again.
You'll never get Coke?
Not that Coke.
Really?
No.
You don't like it?
No.
I'm surprised.
No. That left a dishwater taste in the back of my mouth.
I think you're overreacting.
I'm not overreacting. I'm being honest.
I don't think you're being honest.
I'm being honest.
Okay, you're also the same guy that thinks Five Guys fries are not good.
Five Guys fries suck.
They're the best.
They suck.
I don't want to. We're going to get into a food conversation.
No, okay? You and your soggy brown bag of fries, your little grease bucket.
Gringo, you don't know what's good food. It's okay. Now, my number one's actually going to be the Coke because I love Coca-Cola. and I could drink this very easily.
Okay.
My number 2 is actually the grape soda, the green grape, not yours. That's actually my number 3.
Okay.
Probably.
And then the cookies all come in last?
Well, it's between the green. Okay, it's between the grape soda you have in your hand or the matcha.
Oh, yeah.
Those can kind of share their place. But the last one is the berry. I don't like the berries as much.
And like I said, I love Oreos. If you actually look at our cabinets now, because we have these 2 Japanese versions, I also have the blonde version, the regular version of Oreos, and then we have the Coca-Cola version. There's 5 different versions of Oreos in this house.
I call the blonde ones the German versions. The
Wow.
Lemons Wrong versions.
All right. With that,
blonde. And
there ends the food portion of the show. All right. So like I said, every now and again we like to bring that to you. So let's get into it. We're going to talk pop culture first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The numbers are in from the fabulous showing that we went to a few days ago.
Oh, because the weekend's over.
The weekend's over. Snow White numbers are in.
Oh, God.
It's not good, folks. Not good. All right, let's get into it. Hold on one second. Let's share this screen. Boom. All right, here's the updated box office mojo, okay? Couple things to take a look at here. We talked about Niza 2, the Chinese film that's going to basically do $2 billion worldwide, is on top, right? Cool. I actually do want to see that. But you see right down here, Snow White, number 6. It's made number 6. It only made $87 million worldwide. And that means it only made $43 million in the U.S. And when it was only a month and a half ago, they were predicting it was going to do between $75 and $80 million U.S. on its opening weekend. And then they started to fall off and fall off and fall off. And finally they said 50 million, and it didn't even make that. And again, 44 million. Now here's where it gets a little weird. 40, if you go into it, they have not listed $44 million for international. But they haven't listed exactly where that money's coming from.
So they could be lying.
I don't know if they're lying. I think it's the truth. I think they're just trying to figure it all out. There's someone at Box Office Mojo's asleep at the switch right now. I know that it was the lowest opening any live action Disney film's ever had in Italy. I know it's the lowest opening any live action film has ever had in France. I know it's one of the lowest opening any live action Disney films had in United Kingdom. And in Germany, it tanked hard. Okay? Tanked hard. Why? Well, you figured out Snow White's a German fairy tale. Okay? So I haven't seen what it did now. I'm waiting to see what it did. Mexico is usually a big Disney thing, so I'm waiting to see what those numbers are, but I don't think it did well because the theaters were empty. We even posted videos of our theater being empty. So 87 million. It needs to do, we've already talked about this, it needs to do hundreds of millions of dollars just to break even at this point in time. This is officially being called a flop. It's gotten rotten scores from critics and from viewers alike, for those who did see it. And now people are just trying to do a post-mortem on it. And I think for you've seen it. If you were going to say, what was it that killed this film? What was it? I
think it was the attempt to deviate from the main story. They tried to change it completely. And you can see where the parts, if you watch the movie, if you go watch it, I'm not saying you should go watch it, but I'm saying if you did go watch it, it becomes very clear and apparent where they made cuts or where the story that they originally had in mind changed. And also the Zegler controversy did not help this movie. But in a way, because she had a controversy, we actually kind of got back to the original a bit, but by then it was too late.
Yeah.
So I think really they tried to disrespect the original. And they tried to make it into something that it isn't. So many more extra songs that were unnecessary, exposition that you didn't need, that you really could do without, characters that didn't exactly fit what they were originally. I mean, there's no prince. There's just a guy who's a thief, who's a leader, sort of, and Snow White's a boss girl. I mean, kind of, right?
She a boss.
And a little communism there. A little bit. So
a lot of communism.
I say a little bit because it's not like fully out in your face with it, but it does very much. It doesn't like subtly hint at it. It hints at it. You know what I mean?
She doesn't pull out like the Marxist
manifesto.
Manifesto, but basically she reads it.
Yeah.
So there's been article after article after article about why this film flopped and this and that. So there was one article I read was blaming toxic YouTubers for giving it a bad reputation. Well, no, we didn't give her a bad reputation. First of all, I mean, I don't think am I a toxic YouTuber?
Gringo, that's a good question. What do you think? No, I'm joking.
I'm a little
Little
toxic.
toxic.
Maybe a little toxic.
A
Okay,
little
I
toxic.
a little bit.
Little toxic. I say little because people will disagree with your opinions, and you have a little harder stance, and that's fine. You're entitled to that. But I'm sure some people.
I'm
probably
old and grumpy.
Some people probably view it that way.
Even your mother calls me grumpy. So I'm old and grumpy, and I have my views, and that's it. It's the way of the world. But, blaming sort of like Trumpian politics and whatnot. But here's an article I found. Snow White's sleepy start at U.S. box office was buoyed by Republican voters. The film actually performed better in red states, in traditional Republican states, and Republican areas where, you would think that a woke Disney film wouldn't do better than it did in blue states or where liberals live. So I got to say, for all the people that were supporting this film on the other side saying it's not woke or get over it or we're liberal, it's a sign of the times, and blah, 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 you didn't go out and support this movie. Why? I don't know. I mean, if you thought it was so necessary to kind of look at people like me who are conservative and say, it's your fault. No, it's not my fault. I actually paid to see the movie. You didn't. I actually gave money to this film. All right. And to this cause. You didn't. So it's really amazing to me. So I think if you look at people who are like, it's blaming, conservative mindset, conservative culture, anti-woke this, anti-woke that, that's all a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
All right. It's all a bunch of crap. It's really the funniest thing. Like the people, they point us like I said, you and I have gone out. We've paid to see how many movies over the last 2 years since we've been reviewing movies. A lot of them we just really didn't want to see. We just wasn't something that if we weren't doing a YouTube channel that reviews movies, we would have been like, nah, pass on that, right? But we said, we want to review it and be honest about it. And some things that we see, we're like, wow, that was surprisingly cool. And some things that we see go, yeah, that's exactly what we expected. But at least we pay to see these films. And but the people out there that say that the film should garner more attention, they don't. They sit on the sidelines and they're just there because they want their voice heard. But that's whatever. So at that point, Bob Iger is going to be pulling his hair out. There's definitely articles that you can read about Bob Iger being, quote unquote, the word is exhausted by all the failures at the box office this year. He just, at this point, Disney, since he came back, Disney has lost half its market value from something like $320 billion down to $160 billion. Think about that. Since Bob Iger came back as CEO a few years ago, the market value of Disney, and I know because it's part of my 401k,
Bad move, Gr1ngo.
It's not mine. It's part of the mutual fund. When you put it,
really? So they were so confident.
They're baked in. Like you get these but they all have entertainment funds in it. And so Disney's usually one of those that has a great dividend. Usually performs okay, but not this time. Not these last few years. So ever since he came back, and he was supposed to save Disney from the previous Bob Chapek, the previous CEO, who was kind of a disaster. He didn't really have a spine to stand up to people. And then you had the whole Florida parental bill of rights mess. But he takes over, and it's been just a decline. Now, is it all Bob Iger's fault? Yeah, he's the CEO. People will point to Kathleen Kennedy. But listen, she's got a boss. If that boss ain't firing her for whatever reason and allowing Lucasfilm to just pump out crap after crap after crap, Kevin Feige, you could point to him and go, he's screwing up Marvel. But again, he's got a boss, and that's Bob Iger. And if Kevin Feige is still pumping out crap after crap after crap that no one wants to see, it's Bob Iger's fault. Harry Truman, one of my favorite presidents of all time, used to have a little sign on his desk that says, "The buck stops here." He wasn't responsible for everything, but he was accountable for everything, and that's the way that goes. So. Yeah, I think the controversy that Rachel Zegler created for herself on so many different occasions by saying things that were just not smart. I get it. She's 23. When I was 23, I was stupid.
Yeah. I say stupid things.
Yeah, I still say stupid things, right? Ask him. I say stupid things all the time. But at 23, I said really stupid things. But if you're going to be put in as the face of a large project like this, a big budget tentpole movie by the biggest or what was the biggest entertainment company in the world, Bob Iger as CEO should be like, yeah, maybe we should give her some media training, or maybe we should have somebody with her to help handle this stuff. Exactly. But they didn't. They just let her run wild, and you get what you get, right? So I think that definitely hurt it. I think you look at it, I have a very, very endearing memory of the original Snow White. Not that I was alive in 1937 to see it when it first came out, but when I was a kid back in the mid-'70s, Disney films, it wasn't like today where you get a new couple of Disney films every year. It was like, it was an event. So, and just getting, they used to have the Disney Vault. Like, it was a big deal when all of a sudden you could buy a Snow White on VHS because it wasn't available to buy everywhere. It wasn't on streaming. It was like this treasure that you could get. You know, it wasn't just that. It was the original Alice in Wonderland, or the original Cinderella, or the original Sleeping Beauty, things like that, right? And so to be able to see it was a special thing. It was a special occasion. So Snow White, the original story, is very endearing. And I don't think that endearing trait translates to nowadays generations where it's just give me now, and feed, and constant product. I mean, shoot. I mean, since you've been alive, you've had how many Star Wars movies to go and see? Never mind. Don't take out the first three. Forget about the first three, right? Think about the prequels.
No, I'm talking about the prequels, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, I wasn't alive for the first few prequels, right?
Yeah.
Or first prequel, I think it was.
You were alive for Attack of the Clones.
I was alive for Attack of the Clones, yeah, I believe. Yeah. So, I mean, if we're just going to count there, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, we had then the next 3 movies, so that's 5.
Yep. Solo.
You had Rogue One. 7.
Yeah, about 7 movies.
About 7 movies. They were probably missing one.
Never mind what you have on D+. Think of it like me.
Or even a TV series. Yeah. I mean, I grew up with... That was cool. Listen, I mean, you talk about the Disney Vault. It still was a part of my childhood, too. Disney Vault still existed. When it moved to DVD, it was still a big deal. Mm-hmm. Going to the next Pixar movie or Disney animation movie was a big deal. And I think the last time people felt that way was for Frozen.
Yeah.
I think it died after Frozen. They just couldn't capture the magic anymore. They spent it.
Yeah. But you think of me as like going to Star Wars. Okay, I had Star Wars, Empire, Jedi.
Yeah.
And then I had to wait until 1999 for another Star Wars movie.
When did the Jedi come out?
83.
You had to wait 16 years. 16 years. Well, at least it paid off. Kind of.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to a film like this, the people who are going to want to see it, they don't want to hear anything about, like you said, the changing of the story, the changing of this, the changing of that, deviate this, modernize this, no. It's such a special place, right? It's like if you told me, hey, we're going to remake the original Star Wars for modern audiences. I would burn something down. I would literally light something on fire if you told me that.
I would probably find you on the news in Los Angeles burning you headquarters.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, Yoda, time to light this sucker up. Let's go.
I destroyed it to protect it.
But yeah, so it's a flop. It's an absolute flop. And that, of course, Brave New World just earned itself a tie with the Eternals as one of the biggest flops. It just reached 400 million. It still is not a profitable movie, and it's still well a ways from being a profitable movie. So you got that, and let's look at this. This article was interesting. It says some things that I'm like, wow, these people don't even really know what they're talking about, but they're writing articles about it. Okay. Using its domestic numbers, which has skewed more towards the U.S. than most other films, Brave New World is now the 8th lowest scored MCU movie. Albeit in context, that's probably even worse than it sounds. Half of those films are 10 to 15 years old back when the MCU was just starting to grow. Thor, Captain America, The First Avengers, Ant-Man, The Incredible Hulk, which is effectively pre-MCU. 2 others, The Marvels and Eternals, are considered big flops, as was Ant-Man and The Wasp Quantumania recently, but that has a higher domestic total than Brave New World right now. All right? So you cannot comparing this movie to the early MCU films where, first of all, ticket prices were lower. They sold more tickets to it. So if you adjust for inflation, those earlier movies blow it away. All right. And let's face it, if you give me a choice of watching Captain America First Avengers or Captain America Brave New World, I'm going to take the First Avengers every day, every time. Okay. So you to try and take a movie that flopped right now and sort of buffer it a little bit, massage it a little bit by comparing it to something from 20 years ago, I think you're just looking for an excuse. All right, it flopped again.
Yeah, no.
So you get that, and then this one was interesting. I just put this up because you and I saw Mickey 17, which. Damn, my review of Mickey 17 pissed off a lot of people just because we didn't like it and because it was all about anti-Trump. And we pointed it out. Well, Mickey 17 is projected to lose $75 million in this theatrical run. So to everybody who was so pissed off about me reviewing this movie in a poor way, guess what? You didn't go see this movie either. So what is it? I mean,
because you guys would have. I mean, if you really believed in it, right, you would have gone out and supported it. At least go and watch it once. But you watched the review. You knew it was a bad movie. But you didn't want to admit it was for the reasons that people said it was bad. But you just also didn't want to spend your money on it either.
Yeah, you didn't want to.
So it's like okay, so you don't really support it, but you support the messaging. You support the messaging, not the movie.
No, yeah, they want to point at us and say you're bad people, but they don't want to spend their own money. Right, but it's like hedging your bets. It's like, I'm going to bet on this team to win, but I'm also going to bet on that team to win just in case that team loses. It's just have some guts, have some nuts, and pick a side.
It's not even that. It's more like, if you really do believe it's a good movie, go out there, go watch it.
Yeah.
But if you really didn't believe it was a good movie, why are you arguing against people who actually spent money to go watch it?
Exactly.
At least we give it we give every movie, whether it's right leaning or left leaning, a chance to shine. We spend money to go watch it.
Yeah.
And we go in there with a blank slate. Sure, we have heard rumors and we know the things going around the movie or the things that occurred on the set or whatever, right? The drama around it or the happenings. We still go in there with a blank slate, attempting to give it a shot.
Give it an authentic review. Now, Mickey 17's only made $110 million. And it's probably not going to make much more than that.
No, I don't think so.
Its budget was 120. So again, it's set to lose tons of money.
It's probably what, 200 million probably at least?
Yeah.
If you think about it, just double it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got all that, but when I was looking, I go, okay, it's been a disaster. Hollywood has not made any money.
No.
This whole quarter. So maybe April will bring it. So I brought up the domestic release schedule for April. Screamboat, that's the Mickey Mouse horror film with Steamboat Willie.
I've never watched it. You watch
Well,
it?
it comes out April 2nd.
Oh, you want to watch it?
No, dude, I want to see Mickey
Did you
Mouse.
see the Peter Pan?
I saw that's coming up, but I want to see Mickey Mouse go all psycho on people and stuff.
I think it's the same studio that made the Winnie the Pooh horror movie. Okay, we'll see if this is actually. I mean, it's probably going to be horrible. It's like a B-list horror movie, but it'll make money somehow.
So let's see what else we got.
What if it makes more money than a Disney movie?
Yeah,
imagine. It turns out you just had to give Mickey an axe.
Yeah. Okay, so all these films, none of these I've ever heard of. They're small independent films. They're not there to make a dent. Minecraft movie comes out on April 4th. We're going to go review that because you're a huge Minecraft fan. And I want to know what you think.
I'm not excited for that movie.
Hey, it's got Aquaman in it.
That doesn't help it. That makes me a little more. I mean, nothing against Momoa.
He's a funny guy.
Funny guy, but his character in this movie seems concerning.
We have the re-release of High Art, which is a lesbian romance with drugs involved. Pass, I guess.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. Lesbian, drug-induced romance.
Art.
High Art. That's the name of the movie. High Art.
All right.
Starring Radha Mitchell and Ali Sheedy, who was a big deal back in the 80s as part of the Brat Pack, and Patricia Clarkson. Let's see here. Vampire Hunter D. Never heard of that. Mogwai, if the stars had it. Okay. It's a documentary on music. Warfare. It looks like it's from overseas, A24. Okay. The Amateur. Okay. This one, John Bernthal. We all know him as the Punisher. Rami Malek, who won the Oscar for playing Freddie Mercury in Queen. Okay. Probably give that one
give it a shot.
run. Give it a shot. Let's see here. Sacramento with Kristen Stewart. Again, limited release if it gets released in theaters at all. Pink Narcissus, but there's nothing besides Minecraft that comes up as like a big tentpole movie. Exorcist, there's Deceiver, which is the next in the Exorcist films, which have steadily gone down. And if it even comes to Mexico, I don't even know if we will. Re-release of Pride and Prejudice. Here's something I might actually go see and see if you guys want to go. You might not. Pink Floyd live at Pompeii. This is from a concert back in the, I believe, the late 70s. They remastered all the footage. It's Pink Floyd playing live in the ruins of Pompeii.
That's actually really cool.
So I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. So
I figured.
Let's see. Cheech and Chong's last movie. That's a re-release, or that's a documentary, I guess. I don't know. Cheech and Chong, yeah. Let's see here. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. That's a re-release. Okay. Magic Farm.
Sorry, what?
Magic Farm. A media crew mistakenly ends up in the wrong country while trying to profile a musician. As they collaborate with locals to create a viral trend, relationships form amid an unfolding health crisis.
What is this? It sounds like you took...
no.
No. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like you tried to take... Can I say the word? No, I can't say the word, right? The pandemic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say the C word?
No, don't say the C word.
As I thought. It's like you try to take the pandemic, and you took that one moment where everyone's saying "Imagine" by John Lennon, but tried to turn that into a full movie plot of like everyone getting together. We're gonna make this viral song. It's gonna bring everyone together. No,
but guess what? That's it for April. Not until May 2nd do we get the Thunderbolts, which is the next big Marvel release,
which is probably gonna flop. I'll give it a shot.
I like, here's the thing. I
think Stitch is their best hope.
That doesn't come out until June, July, August.
Really?
Yeah. So Lilo and Stitch. I just wrote that in wrong. All right. Lilo and Stitch 2025. Release date May 23rd. So that's the earliest release date that it's given. So yeah, it doesn't come out until late May. Okay.
So they've got to survive pretty much April.
Yeah. And
the rest of this month.
It's just been bad. The box office has been bad.
And I imagine Snow White will be pulled in 3 weeks?
I can imagine if there's empty theaters. Now, could it pull a Mufasa, the Lion King kind of thing that happened last year? Remember the Mufasa movie, whatever they called it, last year came out late in December, live action Lion King prequel, and it opened to horrible numbers, around $35 million in its first weekend. And then for some reason, it ended up just getting legs and made over $700 million.
I think because they released it late December, people were coming back from Christmas, waiting for New Year's to kind of party. And then after New Year's, they're like, well, what do we have to do in January? There's nothing. Go watch a movie.
Yeah, I guess
that was like the blessing of the schedule.
That might have been it. So, maybe it'll have that. And if it does, cool. Yeah, good. You make some money. But it just goes to show you that, again, we go back to this Chinese animated film that just said, okay, what do the people want? They want this. They want the next chapter of this story, and they want it to look like this, and they want the story to be what it is, and all that. It could dethrone James Cameron's Avatar as the biggest grossing film ever.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, it just goes to show you that. Just give people what they want. All right. That's enough of box office talk. I think we've got to set our piece. I don't even know, there's no movie to go see this week. I said to your mother, she's like, you going to the movies? I go, I guess. I don't know. You picked the movie. I don't know what else is out there that's not like.
What are we seeing?
There's nothing really. I mean, we could pick a foreign film. The French make some good films.
Listen, they made Emilia Perez. We're not trusting.
No, a French guy made Emilia Perez.
I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Guilty by association.
Okay, all right.
And I don't hate the French people. I like them. I've been there. I've been in France. Nice people for the most part, at least to me. Don't trust you with the movies no more, at least for a while. No. You're on timeout. You're in timeout.
Hey, you know who I really miss? Rosie O'Donnell.
Why would you miss her?
She moved to Canada or England. I don't know where the hell she moved. She left the United States because of Donald Trump. And now she's saying Donald Trump won every swing state considering he is best friends with the man who owns and runs the internet. She's talking about Elon Musk. She says, I hope that would be investigated. I thought we weren't allowed to say things about the election that were controversial like that. Remember when Trump lost to Joe Biden because 20 million votes miraculously appeared overnight? We weren't allowed to question that, and we were conspiracy nuts and all that. But here comes Rosie O'Donnell, who
with Twitter.
Look, she's seen better days, man, better days. She thinks Elon Musk basically rigged the election electronically. What are your thoughts on it? You think Elon's got that kind of power?
No. I what? Huh?
Yeah, that's how crazy these people are. Trump derangements.
I mean, okay. Do I think he has the power? I mean, sure. I'm sure if he really wanted to, he could probably create a plan to try to interfere if he really, really wanted to. Do I think he did? No.
There's
a difference between yes, possible, and no. Because I mean, he's like one of the richest. He's no longer the richest guy in the world, but he's still like top 3 according to like publicly known.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that with that kind of money, you could pretty much buy as much as you want to try to run a plan. Yeah. I mean, the guy launches rockets into space. Sure, it's possible, but no. Very crazy to throw that out there.
There's a story that went around from election night that I'm not sure is true, but I've heard it a couple times. Elon Musk, basically hours before the election was able to be called, he created his own app on his phone with an algorithm that would tell him who would win based on the data coming in. And basically, like hours before Trump was announced as a winner, he basically told Trump, "Yeah, you're gonna win. I'm gonna go get something to eat." And he just went up and done the whole thing. He which I think is just hilarious that he could be able to do that. But my point is this. You have these people who for 4 years, that people like me who might say, yeah, that election was a little weird. Maybe we should look into it. Maybe this, where there's smoke, maybe there's fire. I don't know. Maybe we should, maybe have an honest look at it. We're called nuts and conspiracy nuts and idiots and all sorts of other things. Told that we shouldn't be allowed to hold down jobs, told that we shouldn't be allowed to have a paycheck, things like that. Like real vicious stuff. But here, one of those people who said those things about people like me can come out and say, no, it was stolen by Elon Musk. And everybody's like, we'll print that. Yeah, we're okay. There's no backlash. There's no nothing. I'm looking at her. What more could you do to this woman? I mean, she just looks like. But anyways, so that's the new narrative going around. The new narrative is that Donald Trump didn't win the election. Elon Musk stole it for him.
That is crazy.
That's
another past election stuff. I feel like.
Oh no.
Okay. No. I feel like, listen, if the guy won barely, I could understand the thought that, it was thin margin. The guy crushed it, not just in the swing states in terms of like the counties.
If you talk to the liberals, they'll tell you everything was so razor thin everywhere. It was razor thin.
Did you look at the popular vote?
I did. Yeah, I'm just telling you what they're saying. They
had California and New York, and even New York. And if you look at those counties and compare them to
California math, baby.
Okay, listen. If you look at those counties, all right, if you just look at a county map, there's a very good county map on the internet. I'm pretty sure you can go find it. There's a map where it shows you how counties shifted in comparison to the last election. So it will be shaded a different kind of color, whether it's a shade of blue or shade of red. Most of the map was shaded some sort of shade of red, even like liberal counties. I mean, parts of Los Angeles shaded red. I mean, not full red, but like as you know what I mean, light red, because it's showing that in comparison to the last election, more people switched their vote. Yeah, and that's all you need to see is that people just switched their vote. They were tired of it. You lost the people on your message. You didn't accomplish what you said you're going to accomplish. And you brought in other ideas that people were not fond of, and you're doubling down on them, which is, I tell you that, that's gutsy. Take some balls.
Takes a lot of nerve.
But you want to win, you got to maybe think, hey, we can't force people to vote for us. We got to convince them to vote for us.
So I'm glad you brought up the word district and voting districts, because the Supreme Court heard a case today.
Uh-oh.
The U.S. Supreme Court sharply divided on Louisiana race-based redistricting case.
What?
Okay, so
hold on.
There are 6 congressional districts in the state of Louisiana. One of them they created so they could make it what they call a black district, where the majority of the people in there are black, so they can vote for black people. Literally, that's the reason why. Now, the Congress, the state congressional offices of Louisiana. Now, that district is basically like taking a slash marking going right across the state, like someone just, slashed it with a knife or a razor blade. And they said, well, as this thing got challenged in court after court after court, most courts said, no, it's okay, because with the Voting Rights Act, it's okay to have the intent of saying, well, you want, black people to be able to have a choice of someone like them versus someone, okay, that was the kind of the intent. But the Supreme Court today was like hearing a case to throw that whole thing out and go, listen, we're beyond black, white, okay? Like the voting, and Justice Kavanaugh asked the question, he goes, so when does the Voting Rights Act, like when does that sentiment end? Like it can't just be all the way into the future indefinitely that everything's racist. Okay, at what point in time do we go, we're not going to do things based off of race? Because right now you're separating districts based off of race. That's what you're doing. You're using race as the only characteristic to create a voting district. Now, good, bad, indifferent, you agree, you disagree, you think it's a good right. Again, it can be voted either way. I see the good and I see the reasons why. I see the bad and I see the reasons why you should be against that. But here's the deal. If the Supreme Court, which already, just by listening to the justices today, the Sotomayor, Justice Kagan, and Ketanji Brown Jackson, they will vote to uphold this. They will not vote against the black district. The other 6, they were kind of like, we don't really like this, and they were hammering hard. If they vote against this and they tell Louisiana you cannot do districts based off of race, guess what? Every other state that's been forced to do that over the last 20 years based off of the Voting Rights Act is going to redraw its districts.
They have to. They're going to be. I mean, listen. I understand the arguments between both, and I'm looking at my skin color here because I'm mixed. I'm brown. You're translucent.
I'm clear.
I understand the idea of if you give a race its own district, it will always have somebody that will represent that minority.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that argument, but at the same time, I feel like you marginalize the vote to okay, now it only has significance or influence over one district, not the state.
Yeah,
as a whole. So I think, listen, in principle, you should be, I think, against creating districts based off of race. I just feel like that's wrong.
Yeah.
But I understand in the idea of practice of trying to guarantee minorities certain representation. I get that. I understand it. I think it's respectable to an extent. But I think this is one where you kind of have to make a decision here. If you're the Supreme Court, you can't say you can have both, because you're just going to create a mess in terms of these districts. You got to keep these at least organized and have some proponent of fairness and equality amongst people. Because this sounds like if you uphold it, this may be me going a step too far. It's like you're segregating a block to have only, all right, you get this district, and whoever you vote for here is the only guy that represents you.
Huh?
You know what I mean? And I think that's a little dangerous. Dangerous rhetoric, dangerous things that I've practiced. I'd rather you just make districts based off of logical reasoning, population
centers, yeah.
Population centers.
All right.
Borders of natural, within the state. That place is pretty much cut off, by 3 rivers. That should be its own district. It's kind of cool looking.
By the way, the official term for this is called gerrymandering, because it was originally done by a guy named Gerrymander. I forgot, 150 years ago, to try to basically rig the election in his favor by making it so only people of his faith or whatever his race could vote for him. So again, in oral arguments, the 3 liberal justices all signaled that they believe Louisiana lawmakers made a good faith effort to comply with the court's orders and had acted lawfully. And they said, Kagan said, it's a well within the parameters of a good faith, reasonable choice. I always have a problem with the idea that good faith, reasonable choice, it's either the law or it's not. You're following the law or you didn't. Like I had, when I got a speeding ticket, I had good faith and reasonable choice to not go over the speeding limit, but I couldn't, but I did, right? Alito says, one of the conservative justices, what if the decision were plainly wrong, the decision made earlier in the courts back in Louisiana? He goes, would you still have a good reason to follow it? And he later all but said that he believed the decision was wrong. So I think he's going to vote to reverse this. So I think you're looking at some real implications, because that voting district gave a Democrat that seat in the House. And with such a razor-thin margin,
that's significant influence.
That one vote, significant. And then speaking of African Americans and the court, African Americans and the Congress, I did want to mention this because I think it's important. Mia Love has passed away. Now, who's Mia Love? She was the first Black Republican Congresswoman. She died after her battle with brain cancer at the age of 49. She died peacefully with her family beside her. She made history. She as a Republican, she was the first Black woman elected to Congress as part of that party. And she was from Utah. Mm-hmm. So daughter of a Haitian immigrant who became daughter of Haitian immigrants. So yes, the American dream is still alive and well.
And I'm glad.
All right. And so to her, rest in peace, to her family, prayers and thoughts. That's a woman who made history. Plain and simple. So just wanted to throw that in there. Okay. We have so much more to go. There's lots going on today. Supreme Court. Can't wait for the Supreme Court to start hearing those cases. Oh, I did that. I didn't mean to do that. You know what? That sugar from those Oreos are getting to me right now. They're friggin' right here in my brain.
Yeah, they're rushing in there.
Yeah. Hey, so what's with the Chinese killing Canadians?
No, I don't got a clue about that. You're gonna have to elaborate on that. Gringo.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What?
I don't feel bad for these Canadians. I'm going to say that right off the bat. If you go to China and you decide to bring drugs with you, or look for drugs, or China does not have a very tolerant policy towards drugs. It's usually life in prison or death. So these 4 Canadians. Now, usually the Chinese government does not give death to Westerners, but I guess China's been pissed off by Canada as of late and said, hey, you know those 4 Canadians that we caught for drug trafficking? Yeah, we executed them. Bye. I have absolutely no, like, I feel bad that they died. Like, I don't want anyone to die, but you know what? You went to China. You should know not to go to China and get involved in drugs. All right? They don't have that kind of policy. Even though, Trudeau tried to intervene, the prime minister tried to intervene. It just, they couldn't, they don't know. They let them know. We sentenced them to death and we carried out that sentence. So.
Well, how old were these people?
Oh, they were, they don't actually give the ages, I don't think, here, but I don't think they were very old. I think they were young. Let's see here. In 2019, Canadian Robert Latcher was shamed to found guilty of smuggling. Yeah, I guess they were arrested years ago. So,
really?
Yeah, they were arrested years ago, but they just got the
4 Canadians were executed on blah, 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 blah.
Now, granted, China's a little crazy with the death penalty.
Well, the thing is, they don't ever carry it against Westerners.
Yeah,
they're very, very careful when it comes to that.
But they've executed. But according to the the last global death penalty report, that must be awesome reading. The last global death penalty report, the charity reported China executed thousands of people in 2023.
My favorite read, my favorite website. You know why though, right? Little Dark. They have a bit of a. You know why it's so easy to get like a organ transplant there?
Yeah, they got a black market for organs.
No, it's not just a black market. It's kind of government ran. It's
like, nice.
They put people on death rows like. Because they kill you and then they take your kidneys.
So what you're saying is when my kidneys go, I should go to China.
Okay, listen, I'm not saying they have good kidneys there, but I'm saying they don't have kidneys available.
Oh, well, you'll see.
It's very dark, but yeah.
All right.
I wonder when were they arrested? How many years ago?
It looks like 2019, maybe 2014. I don't know. There we go. So they were different for different things. They weren't all arrested together. Okay, here we go. In 2019, Canadian Robert Lloyd Schellenberg was sentenced to death in China after being found guilty of smuggling more than 200 kilograms of methamphetamine together with others in a high-profile case condemned by the Canadian government. Schellenberger from Abbotsford, British Columbia, near the U.S. border, has maintained his innocence throughout the legal process. Sure he is.
That's 140 pounds.
Yeah, this 2014 is when he was arrested. Let's see here. Ketty Nivyabandi, Secretary General. Okay, we don't want to care about that. Shocking and inhumane. Yes, we understand that. Yeah, so Salil, a Canadian citizen originally from China, was sentenced to life in prison in 2007 on charges of terrorist activities relating to his activism in support of China's Muslim Uyghur minority, which has suffered a ruthless clampdown by Beijing. I guess they killed that person too.
Okay.
All right, so yeah. So China,
they don't like it when people fuck around.
No, China doesn't. No, they don't want you to go. Listen, it reminds me of that Brittany Griner thing. Don't go to Russia with drugs.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and they'd be like, I didn't know. Ugh.
It's medical. It doesn't matter if it's medical.
They don't care. No, if you're going to a foreign, it's like if I came to Mexico. Okay, you know what? A lot of people ask me about Mexico and drugs and things like that. Here's the thing: it's really not easy to get drugs. I mean, it's easy to get drugs in Mexico if you really look. But they look at drugs and marijuana, especially. They look at it like, okay, we get the Americans all want to come down here and get high, and they think it's great. Blah blah blah. They've had hundreds of thousands of their people disappear and die because of the activities and organizations that are producing, cultivating, selling, trafficking these drugs in this country. So they look at it like, you come down here, yeah, man, I want to smoke. They like, oh, Mexico, yeah, drug. They look at it like you're actually supporting the genocide of their people. So don't come down to Mexico either and being like, where can I get the weed? All right? So they don't look kindly upon that.
No. Well, weed, no, not as much.
No.
It's, the Mexico City.
Well, Mexico City's different. Mexico City's an international city that has a little bit more tolerance.
Weed is the more tolerable. I think throughout the country, weed is more tolerable. It's the other drugs which are more hard.
The other ones too, yeah.
Those are the ones they don't. Yeah.
All right. Hey, you want to talk about grandma that got deported?
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
All right, here she is.
No? Not funny? I thought it was funny.
That's funny. Activist who took sanctuary in a church during first Trump term is detained. Oh, this poor woman. This poor woman. Jeanette Vizguera, a prominent Colorado advocate for immigrants who took shelter in a church for months during the first Trump administration, was detained by immigration officials Monday, local officials and advocates said. Vizguera was being held Tuesday at the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Detention Center in Aurora, Colorado. According to the Colorado Immigration Rights Coalition, nearly 100 activists held a vigil overnight outside the facility, calling for her release, the group said. And local leaders criticized the Trump administration for locking up a mother and a grandmother who has been in the community for decades. Don't you feel bad for her? She doesn't seem like a bad person, right?
Right.
All right. But again, this is the Washington Post. They're not going to tell you the real thing. Calling Trump Soviet-style political persecution, all that, right? So this woman was also, let's see here. She came across illegally.
Okay.
She was caught driving with a invalid license because it wasn't her license, with no insurance.
2 crimes.
Oh, that's 3 crimes.
Well, no, I mean 2 crimes just in that one act.
Yep. She also had a job and a Social Security card that wasn't her Social Security number because it was stolen.
So 4 crimes.
By the way, she was caught at Target in the Target parking lot as she was leaving work. So the Target in Colorado did not run her Social Security number. Absolutely could not have run her Social Security number. And said that it was nothing and gave her a job. So she probably wasn't paying taxes. She probably wasn't filing taxes.
So 5 crimes.
Right? And she's also like one of these people who's likes to be an activist in the community and likes to defund the police. She was a defund the police person. She was one of those. She was one of those defund ICE people. And then, one time she did get deported. She snuck back in illegally a second time.
6 crimes.
So
at least.
I have no sympathy for her. So to Miss Jeanette Vizguera, with your little smile there, welcome back to the motherland of Mexico. Have fun here. I'm sure you'll find something to do.
So 6 crimes are just committed there. I mean, listen, if you want to go into the country, go legally. It's just people.
But she's someone we should have empathy for. No, how about empathy for the person whose Social Security number she stole?
Yeah,
whose identity she stole? How about the fact that if she hit somebody while driving without a valid license or insurance and that person was injured, there's no insurance to take care of them, or fix that car? Or I don't know. Hey, how about that? How about the fact that she was here illegally? I know plenty of people. I used to hire Target all along. I'm sure there's plenty of people here who were here legally that would have loved to have her job. But she got it illegally. So it's a victimless thing. It's not a victimless thing. And the fact that she's going to come here illegally and then tell us that we should defund the mechanism that keeps us safe from illegal immigrants. Okay.
No, I'm good.
So welcome back. We should go and we should welcome her back when she comes to Mexico. We should have signs at the airport for her, like, welcome back, Jeanette. I'm your gringo. Gringo here. Welcome. I'm here too. So if you ever get lonely, you miss America, you can just come and look at a picture of me. There's a picture of me.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I'm just saying. Oh, they make it sound so like, but on Monday, her activism was muzzled. This is CNN. She was muzzled when immigration and customs enforcement officers showed up at the Denver area Target where she worked. How? She doesn't have a Social Security number. She's not here legally. Target. Hey, Target. We should write Target. Hey, can you have any comment on the illegal immigrant you had? And by the way, I was just joking about the whole thing about the numbers being. I used to work at Target, and they have this thing called E-Verify. It's the government. Bill Clinton set it up to basically take people's Social Security numbers, run them through the E-Verify system that goes through the government.
Yeah, so you can figure out if it actually works.
Are they legal? Yes, you can hire them. All right. I had about, 75 people that worked for me on my overnight crew. They were all illegal. They all had all their numbers passed. They went through the E-Verify system, and I'm like, there's no way this does. And they're like, no, the E-Verify system, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. We had people who were dead, people who were like, I had literally one day a woman show up and says, apparently I work here. And I'm like, hello? And she's like, my name is such and such. And I'm like, no, that's my worker. She's over there. She's this Brazilian girl. No, that's me. She has my Social Security number. So the E-Verify thing is a joke. So Target, they're using it, but they, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
It doesn't actually does its job.
No,
it doesn't revamp it.
And it never did. It never did. It was all for show. Let's see here. Oh, wait. The cashier was taking a shift break outside the store when ICE swooped in and took her into custody.
Like Superman.
Like a vulture.
Oh, I think like Superman.
Vulture. From there, she was put in a truck. Well, she could have been put in a Corolla. Who gives a shit? Said her daughter, Luna Baez, who was able to speak with her mother after the arrest, quote, the whole time she told me they were laughing at her. I'm laughing at her. You've been here illegally, probably getting benefits illegally, probably doing everything else illegally. And now I'm laughing at you because you tried to throw it in people's face by hiding in a church. Screw you. Get out of my church. All right? So I'm laughing at you. Let's see here. Vizguera's son, Roberto, adds that his mother is being treated well at the detention. I thought they were laughing at her, but she's being treated well. Well, what's the story, CNN? Let's do some fact checking. She's actually been calling us quite a lot. Oh, wow. She's being treated horribly. She's not being treated well. I guess she wouldn't get phone calls, but I guess she is. Yeah, maybe they probably gave her own cell phone. Noting that inside the facility, officers are treating her with dignity and respect. So wait a minute. Are they laughing at her or are they treating her with dignity and respect? I love CNN. It's so accurate. The accuracy in the reporting here.
The narrative doesn't really fit this one, boys.
No,
doesn't
not really.
fit.
No. Arrested on St. Patrick's Day. Luck of the Irish. All right.
There's no luck there for her.
And ICE custody pending removal from the United States. She is a convicted criminal alien from Mexico who has a final order of deportation issued by a federal immigration judge. She illegally entered the United States near El Paso, Texas on December 24th, 1997. Oh, she's been here for like 25, 30 years.
Oh, you've had enough time.
And has received legal due process in U.S. immigration court. So basically, she's gotten her due process. She's seen the judge. She's committed multiple crimes. But I love how they put all that stuff down at the bottom. They try to paint her as this martyr.
Right.
Well, look at this. She's in church with her praying. American Dream started 28 years ago. That wasn't a dream. A dream would end well. When she, her husband, and their daughter left Mexico and illegally entered the U.S. in 1997.
Wait, so the daughter's illegal?
Yep. Well, she's probably a dreamer, so that's a different story. The couple would later punch out 3 more children, all born in the U.S. Again, we talk about birthright citizenship. Does that count? That's what Trump's trying to stop. That's what Trump's trying to, because now if she punches out the 3 children, now it's chain migration. She can get, right? But of course, that didn't work for her. She came in search of safety and a better life. I came to Mexico. I have a better life, and I feel safer here than I ever did in the United States. I don't know. Why are you people leaving to Mexico? Come down here. It's fine. I don't know. Maybe you're just in a bad part of Mexico. It's like if I lived on 8 Mile Detroit, I'd say, you know what? I got to move my family. Maybe we move over to, I don't know.
I don't understand.
Grand Rapids or something. I don't know. Something like that if we were talking a Michigan thing here, Let's see here. They stayed under the radar for the first decade in America, working odd jobs and avoiding trouble, working as a housekeeper, janitor, house painter. Okay. Their obscurity ended in 2009 when Vizguera was charged with not having a driver's license or insurance and for having an expired license plate. Oh, the trifecta of driving illegally. Oh, by the way, those charges were dismissed, court records show, because they said, we're just going to give you a chance. Okay, it's Colorado. It's a little liberal. Oh, it's a sanctuary state, right?
Right.
She was also charged in connection with using a made-up Social Security number on a job application. And she pleaded guilty to attempted possession of a forged instrument. Okay. Oh, my God. Oh, here it just goes on.
It doesn't look good.
This all started over some expired stickers that had developed, appealing her voluntary departure. Okay, she learned that her mother, who she hadn't seen in 15 years because she left her mother in Mexico to come here illegally, couldn't bring mom, was terminally ill in Mexico. If she left the U.S. to be with her dying mother, Vizguera would have to abandon her appeal and she wouldn't be able to return legally to the U.S. She chose to go see her mother. Well, that's the position she put herself in. No one put her in that position.
No.
She left mom, all right? She left. The United States didn't say, yeah, you should come, right? No, you left. You left mom. Let's see. Her mother died. She eventually paid a smuggler to sneak her across the border again, and she was picked up by Border Patrol agents near Presidio, Texas.
That's rough.
All right. This is the exact kind of shit that we need to stop, too. It's never mind the gangs and whatnot, but it's this Mickey Mouse bullshit that really, it's like the dripping sink. Drip, 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 drip. It's just a drip, right? Just a drip. But after 25 years, 30 years, it's a freaking lake, and it's damaging. So they want to make this woman out to be like some sort of hero. She's not a hero. She's a criminal. Get her out. Bye-bye. Come back to Mexico. It's safe here. I'm telling you, I feel safe. I walk around all the time.
Yeah, a good 30-year run there.
Yeah, you get 30-year run of sucking on the tit of the federal system and the state system.
I'm sure you got some cash.
I'm sure you got something, yeah. I mean,
if it's minimal, it goes a long way down here.
Yeah, you know?
I'm sure it does.
All right. Let's see here. Oh. All right, I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a choice. Nazi or Boston?
Okay. Very difficult choice.
It's a very difficult choice.
Not because I'm interested in one side. It's more like, it's intriguing. You just said Nazi. That is an intriguing topic. But you said Boston. I'm wearing a Red Sox hat. Give me Boston. I'm always loyal to my home.
Okay.
Better or worse?
Woo! So Tom Holman, our immigration czar, or border czar, as we want to call it.
Oh, he's had a good time there.
He's having a wonderful time in Massachusetts. The Governor Healy and Mayor Chu of Boston, they are basically refusing to comply with ICE. So this is some of the stuff that they found. This is some of the stuff that he talked about today. Following a Massachusetts law barring law enforcement cooperation with ICE. So in Massachusetts, if they catch someone who's an illegal immigrant, they're not allowed to cooperate with ICE, even if there's been like ICE is saying we want this person. Barring law enforcement cooperation, illegal child R words. I don't want to say that word. Other serious criminal illegals charged with horrific crimes are being released onto the streets on bail as low as $500, and in some case, no bail at all. So you can P Diddy a kid, and because you're an illegal immigrant, you could just walk out the same day. Just be walking the streets of Boston.
Damn.
What happened in my hometown?
I don't know.
So, Holman said that they should be ashamed. They should be. And he's going to come there. He's bringing hell to Boston. So, because according to Mayor Wu, we stand with immigrants. No one tells Boston how to take care of our own, not kings and not presidents who think they are kings. Well, you're not taking care of your own, lady.
Yeah,
you're taking care of illegal immigrants. People. You're not you weren't taking care of the kids who are going to have to go through therapy for the rest of their life because they got R-worded or essayed or however you want to go. I don't want to piss off the algorithm right now with YouTube. All right. So let's talk more numbers coming out of the state of Massachusetts, our home state. Yes. Oh, there's 2 guys that got arrested. They were free after. There's the governor right there. That's Maura Healey. She's going to be trying to run for president. She's going to try to get the Democratic nomination. Good luck. All right. At least 7 illegal immigrants charged with serious crimes, including child R-word and fentanyl trafficking, were released by local law enforcement agencies in Massachusetts in recent months, according to CBS. The outlet reported that in one instance, a 39-year-old Honduran national named Juan Alberto Rodezno Marin was charged with indecent assault and battery on a person over 14, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, masked armed robbery, and assault to commit R-word, was released on his own recognizance without having to pay bail. So let me get, you can get arrested for all that crap, and because you're an illegal immigrant, you can just walk out the door?
Dude, I'm off to the next sanctuary city. Get me on the Amtrak.
No. You're not illegal. You're an American citizen. They would treat you different. They would lock you up.
No, I'm saying if I was him, that's what I would do.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm on the Amtrak to the next sanctuary city. Good luck.
I think all illegal immigrants should just go flood Boston and see how much people like it in Boston. But I'm not done yet. According to an ICE statement, immigration officials had previously arrested and removed Rodezno Marin twice for illegally re-entering the U.S. in 2008 and 2009. And despite these crimes and an ICE detainer being filed against him, the Middlesex Superior Court released him in December. He was not arrested by ICE until a month later, and he's currently now in ICE custody, thank God. But who knows how many other kids he diddied
in between that time.
Right? Because we always talk about these crimes go unreported, right? We always talk about women, the Me Too movement. Women are afraid to talk. Well, kids are afraid to talk even more than women.
Yeah, what about the kids here in this?
So how many of these crimes? Oh, wait. You're like this one. Meanwhile, ABC reported that Worcester County Jail, good old Worcester, baby.
Oh, no. Released
2 illegal immigrants charged with child R-word.
What?
On bail of just $500. Dude, that's less than it costs to go to the Bunny Ranch in Las Vegas and have a real woman. I'm just saying. It's cheaper to go to Worcester County and just pick whatever kid off the street you want, I guess, if you're an illegal immigrant.
Wow.
Another illegal immigrant, Jose Fernando Perez, a 49-year-old Guatemalan national. What's with Guatemalans and Hondurans? Is that a thing down there?
I don't know.
charged with 3 counts of forcible R-word of a child and 3 counts of aggravated R-word of a child, was released in 2022 on a $7,500 bail with just in order to, just stay home for right now, okay? Just stay home. Can you do that? We'll trust you just to stay home.
He'd have to.
No, he was finally arrested by ICE on February 2nd of this year. 3 years later. All right? So it goes on. It goes on. Northeast, there's another one here. 19-year-old Omar Adzlatlan, $7,000 bail despite pending charges of aggravated R-word in a child with a 10-year age difference, right? Let go. These guys, cocaine and fentanyl trafficking, were released with bail amounts of $504,000. Okay.
What the hell are we doing up there?
I guess if you're a criminal, like, look at this guy's looking at the guy. He's getting his picture taken. You know what he's thinking? He's like, I'm going to be back out on the street tonight. Like, unless this is ICE. If this is ICE arresting him, then he's like, shit, I'm going to be on a plane tonight. So, I don't know what's going on. I mean, do you really want to live back in Boston?
No, I mean, I thought about it because, it is my home. But the more you talk about it, the more I'm like, no. I mean, you know what city I'd actually like to go back to kind of live in? If I were to go back to the U.S., if I had a lot of money. New York, just because it's New York City.
Really?
I think it'd be fun. I have friends in the area, that's why.
Okay.
I have friends in the area, so it's not like too hard to move.
The last time I was in New York City, every time I was walking around, all I smelled was marijuana and urine. That's all. Everything smelled like marijuana and urine.
What parts were you in?
I was in Times Square.
Oh, well, Times Square is all fucked up now. Have you seen that place?
No, I've seen the place.
Yeah, I'm not going to hang out in Times Square. Oh,
Some guy in an Elmo costume tried to give me a hug. I'm like, get away from me.
Dude, catch me at Citi Field. I'll watch a Mets game.
Right? But this is why I have no urge. I miss my home sometimes, and I want to go back because, basically the food, or to see the Sox play or something like that. But
right.
I have no interest in ever going back if this is the way things are. Like, it just doesn't seem like safe.
No, it really
at all.
Doesn't. It really doesn't.
At all. And I feel safer living in this foreign country than I ever would, I think, right now in the state of Massachusetts. And that's what's sad. So that's what's sad. I don't know what to tell you. But maybe we'll visit again. You never know. Maybe we'll visit. Man, those Oreos really did me dirty. I feel like I got like a headache. I feel like a stomach ache.
I think it's also a mix of the sodas. It's not
could have been the sodas. Could have been
like doing a suicide.
Oof. Don't say that word. He did not say that word, YouTube algorithm.
No. I'm talking about the soda.
Soda.
The mixture.
The
YouTube,
poison.
why are you so sensitive?
The poison. Yeah, YouTube's very sensitive, dude. The other day they gave us a copyright thing on something, and I was like, I couldn't figure out what it was. It was like some sort of background music that started playing automatically while we were doing a video. But anyways,
it's all right.
Well, it's been fun.
You don't have the other story?
Oh, the Nazis!
Yeah, as I say, I was excited for this kind.
Can't forget about the Nazis.
Can't forget about those guys.
It's not exactly them particularly. Okay?
What do you mean? Hold on.
It's what they're calling them. Okay.
What do you mean?
Hold on.
Who? Is it Tesla?
No. No. So this poor guy here, our president, right, Mr. Trump. How you doing, Trump? How you doing, Donnie? He's just taking it on the chin every now and again. So the judge that wanted him to turn around the flights, that were going to Venezuela or going to El Salvador, with all the Venezuelan gang members.
Right.
And Trump's like, no, go screw. We're not turning around.
We're not turning around this plane.
He's like, go screw. Well, now he's basically he's saying Trump, these prisoners are getting, that Nazis got better treatment when they were arrested.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Because who knows, in this jail that they're going to in El Salvador, they could be killed. Any jail you go to, you can be killed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you not seen the stories?
I mean, is this judge an idiot or something? They could be tortured. Any jail you go to in the United States, you could be tortured.
Just don't drop the soap.
Don't drop the soap.
That's
some of the worst torture, right? They could be beaten. They could be whatever.
This is just normal.
It's called prison, you idiot. And this guy's a friggin' judge.
You sent people there. You should know this.
This guy's a judge, right? Yeah, I get it. El Salvador, it's not a nice place to go to jail. But you know what? He's basically saying they weren't given a chance to prove that they weren't members of this gang. Well, what do you do? You just walk up, I'm not a member of the gang. All right, well, what do you do then? But they are a member of the gang. How do you prove it? Like, what do you do to prove it?
My question is always, I like to hear from both sides, of course, but I guess I want to know, what is it that proves that they're a gang member? I would be kind of intrigued to see that. I'm pretty sure if ICE arrested you and says you're a gang member, I'm pretty sure. I'm not saying that
these people all had warrants out or ICE detainers were out for them. They all had, right? They weren't just people that we went and picked up randomly off the street. The United States treated alleged Nazis better during World War II than the Trump administration treated Venezuelan migrants last week, a federal appeals judge told a Justice Department lawyer during a court hearing Monday. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit is hearing arguments over the Trump administration's use of the Alien Enemies Act last week to deport more than 200 alleged members of the Venezuelan gang to El Salvador with no due process. And again, here's where we get the whole thing. Do they deserve due process? They came here illegally. So does the jurisdiction actually count? With the Alien Enemies Act, it doesn't require the president to give them any due process.
Nope.
So,
well, not only that, but they're not of our country. They have no oath of allegiance. They have no citizenship.
Well, technically, all right. In most cases, in the majority of cases, if you're an illegal immigrant,
you do go through an immigration court.
You do get due process. You do get some sort of equal protection under the law. Doesn't mean you get everything that's allowed to you under the Constitution. No.
Right.
You do get equal protection as to what your class gets. It's not like you don't deserve the equal protection that I get as an American citizen, or you get, because we're part of a different class. We're legal.
Yeah.
Okay. They're concerned that there were no procedures in place to notify people. Who cares? Nazis got better treatment under the Alien Enemies Act.
I'm pretty sure we committed war crimes with how we treated some of them, right?
I'm pretty sure we did. Oh yeah, we basically, didn't we hang them all?
Oh, sometimes we'd just be like, oh, you're German? Go dig your grave.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Or we just, oh, you surrender? Sorry. Yeah. We didn't see you raise your hands up. Plant the evidence. Listen, I don't think they got treated worse. All right?
Yeah.
You can ask the fellows in Nuremberg about that.
So here's the problem. This is what the judge says. The judge says there's no regulations, and nothing was adopted by the agency officials that were administering this. Their people weren't given notice. The people weren't given any notice. They weren't told where they were going. They didn't tell us that they were coming in the first place, Mr. Judge.
Yeah.
Did they tell us that they were coming to our country? Oh, so who cares if we tell them where they're not going? All right. They were given those people on the... See, this is why I couldn't be a Department of Justice. I would be in jail for contempt. If he said to me, they weren't told where they're going. Well, they didn't tell us when they were coming here in the first place. So I guess fair is fair. And the judge would probably throw me in jail for contempt. They were given those people on those planes on a Saturday and had no opportunity to file habeas or any type of action to challenge the removal under the Alien Enemies Act.
There's no challenge.
There is no challenge. If you've read the Alien Enemies Act, there's no challenge. It's whatever the president says. What's factually wrong about what I said, he goes, well, Your Honor, we certainly dispute the Nazi analogy. And he said, the attorney general said, yeah, some of the men were able to file habeas petitions. Unbelievable. Our Justice Department compared a federal judge's order temporarily blocking the deportation to a judge directing a carrier group from the South China Sea to the Persian Gulf. An analogy that drew an immediate rebuke from the judge. These judges are just so activist. And they're all left-wing. These are all being put in left-wing courts, all right? Obama judges, Biden judges, Clinton judges, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here. I think the intrusion upon the war powers and foreign policy powers of the president is utterly unprecedented. We said. He goes, well, this is an unprecedented action as well, the judge said. So, of course, there's no precedent for it because no president has ever used this statute this way, which isn't to say one way or the other if it can be done, but simply to say we are in unprecedented territory. Well, then don't tell us how to act. Send it to the Supreme Court. Just send it to the Supreme Court and get it over with. All right? So it just goes on and on.
The thing is, they don't want it in the Supreme Court because they know how it's going to end.
Yeah, they don't want it in the Supreme Court. The court need not resolve the thorny question of whether the judiciary has the authority to assess this claim in the first place. That is because plaintiffs are likely to succeed on another equally fundamental theory before they may be deported. They are entitled to individualized hearings to determine whether the act applies to them at all. So the judge says, well, you have to give them a chance to try and get out of it. No, we don't. They didn't give us a chance to let them in or not.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
That's the way I look at it. If you want to be treated fairly, then treat us fairly. Like, why is it that we have to get shit on and go, yeah, I like it when you shit on me. Let me wipe your ass for you. Like, so fuck them. Yeah, that's it. So, yes, apparently, because I think that way, I treated Nazis better Damn.
And you have a brown son. I wonder what you're going to do to me.
I don't know. Well, not going to feed you dinner.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Is that it?
I'll go make my own tortillas.
You'll make your own tortillas. Go cut my lawn.
I did.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I did. Gringo. You can't. What do you mean?
All right, your new punishment. Finish those matcha Oreos.
No, I'm good. I can breathe better, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh, my God. I feel so sick from them.
No,
I feel like I got to sweat. I feel like there's a lot of bad things going on there. Oh, my God. With that. All right, we've been going for about an hour and a half. We're going to get out of here. Ready to go? Say goodbye?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to go.
All right, everybody.
You good to go?
I am good to go. From south of the border. Thank you for everybody for joining us.
Oh, sorry.
Still your reluctant gringo. Salud, huevo.
You a racist? Do you hate Mexicans?
So long, gay boys!